So I've always heard people say, don't do ministry alone. But how? Like, how do you not do it alone? What can I say? Pastoring for over 10 years in the city of Toronto, an amazing city. Just being here and wondering what to do. We come into a lockdown, and I realize in this moment I'm called and I love this city.
Years ago, I sat in an amenities room in Vancouver with a small group of people who would become the team with which we'd pioneer Vivid Church. And I shared our heart from day one that we're a church that will never stop starting. We'll continue to ideate. We'll continue to be dependent on the Spirit. We'll continue to look for new ways to take risks to reach more people. And through the first few years of our church's existence, that part of our vision has really played out. New venues, new service times, new initiatives, new locations, new ideas. And then comes lockdown. And with that one announcement, like everyone else, we instantly became a church online.
I'm feeling isolated. I'm feeling alone. I'm feeling like nobody's around and wondering, okay, God, you've called me now, but now I've got to go and do this thing on screens and in front of people like this. I mean, this is not the way that I had it all worked out in my mind, and yet we're in lockdown. And now we're having to navigate, dealing with the pressures and all the different things that come with it. You just begin to press, you begin to lean in and realize that God is still in the midst of all of it, feeling isolated, and yet I know He's there. Questioning the call, but knowing that I'm chosen for what's ahead and what He's bringing us through.
We got good at doing church in a lens. And those statistics and algorithms were saying we were reaching more people than ever before. I couldn't help but know in my spirit that we had to find a way to keep living out our value and to never stop starting, even in a time of pulling back, even in a time of the unknown, of isolation, and of disappointment.
So in the moment, I'm wrestling with what I know God is leading me to do. And so I pick up the phone. I don't even know what's about to happen. This is totally out of the box, but I believe God is in it. And I make this call because I believe that there's a move that we're about to make in the midst of it.
I'll never forget the day when I got a phone call from my friend Aaron. It was not that abnormal because it was typical that we would regularly catch up, but this day was different in that he shared an idea. What would it look like to do church together in the city of Toronto? Instantly in my heart, I knew that God was speaking. It's time to move. Now together, I find myself in rooms of groupings of people who are becoming a team with whom we are launching another location of Vivid Church. And again, we're sharing that heart. We'll never stop starting. We've begun the work of gathering together, building team, and doing what we can to reflect the light of Jesus' life for all to see. There's so much excitement. It feels like those early days again. Now we're a church in two of the most beautiful cities in the world.
In many ways, we're kind of starting from scratch again. And so we're having to restructure, start from basics again, with team, with vision, with mission, understanding just what God really wants to do in this season of our life. And so I'm just so grateful for the community and the mentors and the leaders that He's put around us, that now I don't feel alone. I'm actually excited, and every single week I can't wait to see what's about to unfold. And by God's grace today, I can just with great happiness and with great joy declare that we are now in person and worshiping. And in the midst of all of this, I give God thanks. I praise Him every day for knowing that I was able to remain steadfast. I was able to remain committed. I was able to see the result. I was able to just follow through and believe that the pathway He was leading me through was bringing me to that expected end.
With every new idea, with every new venture, with every new startup, there's the potential in our heart to have the feeling, here we go again. Back to the grind, back to the drawing board, back to the limited resource, back to the confusing expectations. But as we find ourselves starting again, I can't help but feel, here we go again. God is still working through His church. God is still moving through men and women who will say yes to His call.